Greetings and welcome to Pezliz Presents, sponsored by Polymaker. Now, what is Pezliz Presents? Very good question. We're still in the discovery stages exactly of what this show is going to mean, but it does mean several things. One is it is a result of my relationship with the community and the community of designers, and also my relationship with Polymaker. So the first step of Pezliz Presents is my relationship with designers. If anyone's known my presence in the community for the past couple of years, I become fast friends with designers. I fall in love with their models. They share sneak previews of things, and of course I get very excited and share their models all over socials. And the other part of that is, of course, with Polymaker, I use a lot of Polymaker filaments, having, of course, imprinting color as a show, and also just in general. So that correlation already exists. I am known as a connector, and what I've always tried to do is when I've found a designer that I think would work very well with Polymaker's philosophy of course, getting involved in community and assisting with projects, I like to make those connections. So the first step in that is I am a liaison now between Polymaker and designers. So I will be connecting with designers. There will be a link, of course, in the description here if you have a suggestion for designers that Polymaker might want to work with, or of course, if you yourself are a designer who might want to work with Polymaker. If you're watching me live on Twitch, we have a new command, a designer command. And of course, you can fill out that form with your suggestions of designers that Polymaker might benefit from working with, or designers that might like to work with Polymaker. Now, the second part of Pezliz Presents is, of course, me presenting. So there's going to be different ways of presenting on this show. And one of the ways that we're going to present on the show is, of course, showcasing a designer. So with a designer showcase, it may involve an interview with the designer, because it is really fun to get to know those people, bring them into the community, or if they already exist in the community, give them a nice reintroduction. And with that, we will have an evening show where we interview a designer. Another type of doing a showcase, of course, is to just showcase models by that designer. So if a designer might not be available, or of course, if they're just more comfortable with me showcasing their models, that's what we'll be doing. And then, of course, another part to Pezliz Presents is discovery. There are always brand new designers all over the place. And even with community suggestions, we'll take a look at people's models and how their designs might work with different Polymaker filaments. So that'll be another part of discovery. And of course, Pezliz Presents. The other thing that will be part of Pezliz Presents is our community feedback live on stream, where we will take a look at particular styles of models, particular types of filament, and what models might work best with them, and just create that sort of energy between all of those different things to be able to present to you. So Pezliz Presents is going to be a variety of topics, definitely a variety show. I will be streaming Pezliz Presents Saturday or Sunday evenings, depending on what's going on in the schedule of the world. And we may even have some bonus episodes depending on aligning with people's time zones. But I want to show you, pop out of the marquee here and show you an example of how Pezliz Presents could work with your favorite designer, or force you as a designer. So this is, of course, with an existing partnership that Polymaker has with a designer. So if we go to the Polymaker website and we go directly to the Panchroma Silk PLA, which of course is right on sale right now if you're here during the back to school sale. If you click here, you can take a look at, first of all, the Polymaker Scientist. That is an excellent example of how the silk filament is printed. It looks absolutely beautiful. And of course, it's great to see that, but it's also fun to see something like a silk filament printed in other ways. And so one way is with this beautiful balloon dog model by Chelsea Kearney, aka Chelsea CCT from Chaos Core Tech. And what Polymaker has done with this relationship is, of course, they've worked with the designer to get permission to showcase the models, print the models, use the models in promotional material, and of course they have an arrangement. So with that arrangement, they're able to showcase Chelsea's models and publish them on socials and whatnot. So then, of course, when you're taking a look at the silk filaments, you get to see how beautiful they look printed in Chelsea's models. And of course, you don't just get to see some of them, you do get to see all of them in this example on Polymaker's website. So you get to see all the different silk colors, the vibrancy that they have, and of course get to celebrate a designer with their models. So that is just one example of how Polymaker has already worked with designers to, of course, use their models. Another example I'm just going to grab here is one of my favorites, and it's one of my favorites because I made the suggestion for Polymaker to work with this designer. And this is for Polymaker's Luminous filament. Now, if you don't know about Polymaker's Luminous PLA, it is absolutely gorgeous filament. It has the benefit, of course, being UV reactive and glowing, but unlike a lot of glow in the dark filaments, it also has its own color in daylight. So the designer chosen for this model is none other than Bugman 140. So Bugman, one of our friends from across the pond, is represented in these figures. So as you can see with the luminous filament under UV light, it absolutely glows. His zombie bear is super adorable, but of course when you look through all the other colors, they've used other Bugman models to highlight the colors. So there's the whole collection. And of course Halloween is coming soon. There are some Bugman models ready for you, and of course some beautiful filament. So this is just a simple example of how Polymaker has worked with designers, and this is what I'm going to continue to do with pezliz Presents. So this is just a quick introduction to what you will come to expect from pezliz Presents, and I'm really looking forward to sharing all of this with you. As always, of course, Polymaker has been an amazing sponsor to me. Whether we are talking about my everyday streams where we're able to do Polymaker giveaways, my Wednesday show called In Printing Color, where we get to showcase Polymaker filaments and educate everybody about how to print with those filaments and look at some models that are fun. If you can see here, it's getting close to spooky season, so we've got some Halloween models for my upcoming orange episode there. And so pezliz Presents is a progression of this, working with community designers and discovering some new ones. So I hope that you'll join me, and of course follow along with the schedule and also the playlist that will be here on YouTube. So thank you so much, and I'm really excited to share pezliz Presents with you, and of course extremely fortunate to be able to have Polymaker materials to share not just with myself and what I'm printing, but with some amazing designers.